Good evening, race fans. Welcome back into another edition of Tuesday Night NASCAR. We're here at the headquarters of most teams' race shops here this evening. We're at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As always, here with my co-commentator, Art. How are we doing tonight?
I'm excited we're at, the home of NASCAR. Got 134 laps in these trucks, looking like everyone's going to make the field. So it'll just be up to, good driving during the race.
We got 32 trucks here tonight as it stands with a couple minutes left in practice. Art already mentioned 134 laps this evening. Stage 1 at the conclusion of lap 30. Stage 2 the conclusion of lap 60. 3 green-white checkers if needed. 4 total tire sets, 1 starter, 3 in the pits. Fuel run anywhere from 48 to 52 laps, and 0 fast repairs as always. Here for race 11 of 25, the North Carolina Education Lottery 200 at Charlotte. So yeah, that's considered the home base for most teams, and then the headquarters is in Daytona, so you get a little back and forth on which is which. But yeah, this is the home race for pretty much every team, essentially, in that regard. So I know a lot of people are traveling back from the 500 and the Coke 600. Busy week of racing. We just came off R&D 500. Great times all around. And we're ready to get back into the swing of things here on Tuesdays. Thomas Lloyd's won the last 2 races, and he's looking to make it a three-peat, as he is currently on top of the board here late in practice. 3 seconds remaining. But then it's Thomas Lloyd, Joseph Lefster, Will Young, Brandon Muir, Tane Hodison, your top 5.
Lester and Thomas Lloyd tying for that top spot.
Tony Benfield, CJ Urban rounding out the top 10 in practice. John Crow Sr. in 8th. So we made a little update to the timing tower that you'll see. If a driver is highlighted in red going forward, that means they must race their way in or qualify their way into the race. Seeing as how we have 32 at the moment, that won't matter. So everyone makes it tonight, but it's just a helpful reminder for us going forward. Like, hey, are you locked in? It's a little bit easier to see.
Are you locked in?
Driver that's not locked in but will make the show, Chris Claude, as he is 21st in points, 2 below the cut line. And we had a couple drivers suspended after we went back to a short track, North Wilkesboro. So some valuable points here for Claude to get back into the top 20 in case we get some more entries next week. The man that everyone's been chasing since he showed up for the last 3 weeks is Quentin Warman. He won Texas. Thomas Lloyd finished right behind him. Warman not here. And Thomas Lloyd's picking up where his teammate left off. And your first repeat winner. We've had 9 winners through 11 races. Or through 10 races. Tonight will be the 11th. And you see here, qualifying cheese. To start his first lap, not important whatsoever. It's all going to be on lap 2. That he's going to look for the speed, going to try and just build up as much momentum as possible. At the end of lap 1, as the times are coming in, 29.62 will probably be in the low 29s for qualifying. See, now he's working to the bottom side of the racetrack. Loose is fast. You just want to let the right rear hang out a little bit as he takes the second lap. And he'll point it to the bottom side of the racetrack, try not to bounce off the apron. You can see the truck just get a little loose, but able to handle it well. 29.31 for Bobby Dennis on his second lap. And Mike Hasty, 29.26. In the 70 truck, and here comes Thomas Lloyd, the man they might be chasing again tonight. Crossing the line, his second lap, good enough for 29.18, put him on provisional pole. And that is quick. That is absurdly quick. Don Miller in this chromed out 63 machine. First lap at 31.95. He'll look for a lot of improvement. He'll get it 29.72. Still a lot of heavy hitters still out there. Sylvain Joly picked up his career best, or season best finish out of 3 races last week at North Wilkesboro. And Amir was quick in practice. He heads out. Looks like the next time we'll see is going to be Ron Fitting. In the 3 machine. First lap 31.35, so he's setting up for a lap 2 improvement. This is the apron there a little bit, running right through the middle. In 1 and 2, doesn't get into the fence there. Washes up a little through 3 and 4. From a 31.35 on his first lap. Second lap for Ron Fitting. 29.61 puts him into the top 5. Immediately knocked out by Brandon Meir. The 08 truck on his second lap. Looks like he's able to hook the bottom well there through 3 and 4. 31.34 his second lap as Benfield in 75 goes 4th. Jolie goes 5th. Meir improves to 3rd on his second lap. Nobody else of the 29.1s yet. See if anyone can get there. This would be one of the strongest challengers in Hunter Kent. 31.34, all to play for on his second lap. Just a slight crack of the throttle there. It's not, I mean, it can be full out if you hook it up perfectly. Second lap for Hunter Kent, P2, 29.22. 38 hundredths of a second off. Brandon Pfeiffer goes 10th quickest. Brandon Minto about to finish his first lap. .30.28. That's a fairly quick first lap for what we've seen. But he's kind of in between on his lap times here. Might not get as much improvement, but he had a quicker first lap in general. So let's see what he improves to here on his second lap. Minto, 30.28, 29.23 puts him all the way up to 3rd. Giesbrecht finishes his first lap at a 31.45. Mike McConville, Claude Furlan, Andrew Deemer on outlaps. As well as Aaron Mack, James Morris about to conclude their outlaps as well.
I could see Lester and or Tommy Gossett making a charge for that P1.
Giesbrecht 15th quickest and Gossett in the 33 machine. His one start came at Kansas, and he was very quick before getting caught up in a late race incident. McConville's quick. Joseph Lester was right there in practice as well. Claude Furlan coming off a season best finish in the 43 machine. A lot of lap times being put down here right at the end. Second lap for Furlan, 23rd quickest to 10th quickest. We got 33 drivers now. We had somebody hop in right at the end here. But Still just 2 minutes remaining, so it should be a-okay for everyone to still make the field. Gossett's first lap. 31:58, and now he'll point it to the bottom. Second lap qualifying here for pretty much everybody. As James A. Morris, 29:06 on his second lap in the 00. Puts it on pole in an incredibly quick lap. My goodness. Mike McConville going second quickest, 29:17. Gossett, fourth quickest. Joseph Lester still to set a time. Will Young about to set his first lap. 35, incredibly quick in practice. First lap for the 35, 29:82. And he has wrapped the bottom quite nicely through 1 and 2 there. This should be a quick lap. Let's go on board them through 3 and 4. Will Young goes 5th quickest. Looks like he wrapped the bottom really, really solid here through 3 and 4 as well. Joseph Lester trying to steal pole away here right at the end. Can he do it? Second quickest, 29:15. Steve Herring, John Wilco, Rich Jet not going to qualify. 33 drivers, 30 of them with the time. And James Morris, 29:06. First pole of the season in his second start. Let's see if we can go talk to him. Hello, fellas.
Broadcaster.
Hello.
James Morris, you are on pole here tonight. The only man in the 29.0s. How did you find that lap time?
I love this place. A lot of practice, a lot of hard work, being able to just go through turn 1 and just hope it stuck wide open, didn't lift it, and pray to God that I didn't wreck it coming out too. That's pretty much what it is.
Absolutely. Well, it stuck, and you set down a blistering quick time. We know it's got the 1 lap, the short run pace. How you feeling for when we get into race trim here?
Well, as long as if I can keep it out of trouble, I'll be there at the end.
Alrighty. Well, love to hear it. Congrats on the pole tonight, and good luck out there.
Thank you, and thank you for what you do in the booth for us.
Thank you. Pray to God that it sticks in turn number 1. And it looked like it stick. Pretty darn good there for him. 29.0. I did not think we'd see a lap time that low, but he pulled it out. He said as long as he keeps it out of trouble, he will be there at the end. He's calling his shot. But we'll quickly get in the qualifying results here for everybody. Just bring them up, the official ones. By 84 hundredths of a second over Joseph Lester. Mike McConville 10th back. Mike Hasty, a strong top 10 result there. Like he's going to be Who Me Motorsports, so I'll update that. Make a note of it. 30 drivers set a qualifying lap as we're getting the warm-up done here. Looks like everybody but Don Miller's number loaded. Don Miller being the 63 machine. So let's go ahead and get that fixed for him while we're doing the warm-up. Art, while we're fixing the number here real quick, who's your pick to win tonight?
We're gonna try and step away from the top 6.
Well,
I'm gonna pick a random, not a random scout, someone we have seen quite a bit. Give me Diego Rodriguez starting P11.
all right.
It's too easy to pick like the pole sitter, Tommy Gossett, Tommy Lloyd. They've been dominating. Why would I choose to be easy?
All right. Well, that being said, go ahead and give me Thomas Lloyd.
Yeah.
Shameless, absolutely shameless behavior.
I do slightly have my doubts. I mean, he's built up a reputation. He's fast. We know that. There's some drivers they can say, "Oh, we've cleared things over. We're friendly," but like when it comes to time on the racetrack, you see a driver that you might not have the fondest memories of. Who says they're going to be in front of you for long?
That's a good point. Did we break the overlay putting in Don Miller's number? We bet we did. It'll pop up in a second here. It's fine.
Uh,
5-minute warm up. We got about a minute remaining, so I'll go ahead and take this time and I'll just reset it real quick. Be right back. All right, let's see here. Overlay don't. I'm just gonna do it the hard way, I guess. That's fair. Let's see here. How can we get this overlay to pop up? There it is. All right, we're ready to race. We got it done before race time this week, so there you go. I got Thomas Lloyd because I'm just shameless. You got Diego Rodriguez back in 11th. Got Innocent Lives Foundation in the chat. Love to see it. Throwback to ARS Season 1. A fantastic organization that we work with to raise some money for a fantastic cause. Go check them out. We're getting the one pace lap here. Got 32 trucks. Brandon Muir going to start from pit lane. Matt Metler looks like he's going to dip again before the race, even though he was here for practice and qualifying. But that's life, I suppose. And here we go. Charlotte, it should be some good one. This should be good. Thomas Lloyd going for 3 in a row. We got a guy with his second start on pole. Joseph Lester, a rookie there. McConville trying to get back to victory lane. Hunter Kent's always there. Storylines abundant. Pace car is off. James Morris. And we are green. He waited a long time to get going there, it felt like.
Wreck inside 5 laps.
Oh, you gotta have a little faith.
I mean, that person definitely doesn't. Saying they quit, not built for it.
We got Lester way up the hill and into the fence here. And that is the 18 machine of Pfeiffer right through the middle of all of it.
Oh, 31 and the 36 get into it.
That's a big contact there for the 31 machine of Aaron Mack. He did a decent job to hang up to. Yeah, Pfeiffer up 10 spots in the opening lap, and he's going for more. Around the outside of the 95 of John Crowe Sr., now to the outside of Hunter Kent for 8th. Don Miller towing to pit road for something. We'll go back up front as Thomas Lloyd already to the front.
I mean, Pfeiffer's making it 3-1 around the outside. Goes back to 2, but holy, what a run.
Up 14 spots, Brandon Pfeiffer. He has figured something out here tonight, and he's looking for even more. 3 wide out of the exit of turn number 4. Look at them. Still 3 wide. He's all the way up to 3rd. How do you do, Brandon Pfeiffer? Now looking to the inside for 2nd, and just like they're driving, like they're standing still. My goodness. Now you obviously sit here and think, how much did he burn his tires up flying through this field? TJ Erdman's also up 11 spots, and he's using that outside line to make some moves. Another big mover, Andrew Deemer, he's up 11 spots. Dakota LaRue just ahead of him, up 8 spots. Another fastest lap for Brandon Pfeiffer. He is on the back bumper of Thomas Lloyd here. Look at the outside, trying to get that run down the back straightaway. Maybe a crossover coming here. Lloyd shows him the outside. Side by side for the race lead. Slight momentum to Pfeiffer down the front stretch. Even with Lloyd going into 1. He's got half a truck length ahead, and Brandon Pfeiffer from 20th to 1st. The opening 6.5 laps. Don't know how long he'll be able to hold it, pushing that hard, but now he's got the clean air, and he can try and cool those tires down a bit. But he will lead that lap.
Is this the fastest we've ever seen a, biggest mover candidate really, establish himself?
Yeah, that's fairly quick. I mean, he gained half of it in 1 lap, so. Tommy Gossett has settled out to 3rd. Your pole sitter down to 4th. And then there's a whole host of others right there battling away. Battles further back and then all the way at the back of this field. Battle for 30th even. And it must be said that Don Miller, although he did tow to pit road, he did come back out. First car 1 lap down. Still side by side for the race lead. So now you're starting to see just a tiny bit of wear here, I imagine. 18 not able to pull away, obviously.
Yeah, it looks like he can't grip up on the bottom. He can't block the inside line there. Whenever it comes to like exiting the
at
corner.
this point, you're a third of the way through the stage. You started 20th. You'll probably finish better than that at this point, considering 20th is 6 seconds back. Listen, I'm not even going to say he's going to get stage points because of how hard he was pushing, but he'll probably finish better than 20th.
Means that next restart will be he'll be that much closer.
All over again. I had the time to do a couple of these races, although it was on the fixed setup. I found that wrapping the bottom through 3 and 4 after a handful of laps incredibly difficult. I kind of navigated up to that top side through 3 and 4. Truck got very tight, so if they're able to loosen it up, we'll be in for probably a pretty fast truck tonight. And then 1 and 2, I could pretty much run anywhere. Harder to complete the pass on the bottom. Hasty into the fence in front of Minto. Rodriguez nearly into the back of the 12. Here comes a 94 and the 43, and Hasty going to the back. It's been so long since we've had a driver onboard redemption, but let's go find out where this 41 machine of Will Young is at. He's sitting in the 6th position. Right behind Mike McCondle. That's where he started. That's where he runs. Haven't seen him for a couple of weeks, but he's very quick when he shows up. One at Vegas early in the season. 2 other top 10s besides that. It's 19 in points, just due to not making every race, but he's back and he's inside the top 10 and challenging for a top 5. Combo with that run off the high side. Morris back to 7th now. He was very confident in his truck. When we talked to him, Pfeiffer back to 3rd, and not the biggest surprise. He's under pressure here from 4th. I mean, everyone else was standing still compared to him because he was absolutely blazing. Even now, the gap to 20th is 10 seconds, so there's some stuff going on here, and I imagine it has a little bit to do with the 70 kind of dropping back through this field with some right side damage. Probably people trying to just get out of the way, probably some checkups. But yeah, Pfeiffer will end up better off than where he started.
That's really all you can ask for out of a race. So to do it so early. I mean, you just got to make it.
Too wide behind Bobby Dennis in the 68. Rodriguez looking to the inside here. Brandon Minto has a tiny bit of damage, you imagine, on the front of that truck after that collision with Hasty. Battling away here. James Morris, though, trying to fight back on Will Young. That's the battle for 6th. You see Will Young probably with the momentum down the back. That's what those higher lanes give you the ability to do. At least a chance for a crossover. Morris wasn't able to cover it off, and they'll be even going into 3. Moynihan using this opportunity to catch up. He started in the 16th position. And they'll be side by side again down the front stretch. Pfeiffer now back to the 5th position. And you can see there for Pfeiffer, best lap 29.6. Last lap a 31.2. About a second and a half just about of fall off. 31.4. He'll be just trying to hang on here for these last 10 laps, but still in that 5th position. Working the top there. They're going to have to work harder on the bottom to get around him. Gap back to 10th from Pfeiffer. 0.6 of a second right there, and then another 0.8 back to Claude Furlan. So he'll desperately want to at least get a stage point out of it. If he can, of course. Furlan was quicker on that last lap than Pfeiffer. He'll have traffic trying to pass him on both sides here. It's going to get a little hairy, but then look at this back here. This is 21st through about 24th, I believe. 20th through 24th. And even further back, the teammates kind of hanging out at the back, just minding their P's and Q's, the Rich Jet Special. John Miller's on pace to get the lucky dog and get one of his laps back. And as I say that, John Wilco just got put a lap down, so never mind.
Did I miss something with Joseph Lester? For him to be in 29th?
That's an excellent point. I didn't see anything with him.
It just dropped back.
I don't see any damage anywhere, noticeable damage. So we're just trying to take it easy. I don't see anything. Not fun. Yeah, I don't see anything on this track. Your outside pole sitter down to 29th. And in danger of going a lap down here.
Might be seeing the ultimate tire saving going on.
As is Mike Hasty. With that damage, he had a decent shunt with the outside wall. And he will go a lap down. So that's going to... If you're John Wilkie, you got to get up and go now. You're not getting that lap back. But Hasty well off the pace compared to everybody else. And there is the battle for the lucky dog. John Wilco says, all right, pick it up just a little bit. Back into the lucky dog spot. Joseph Lester. We look out from behind him. And he will be able to make it to the end of the stage without getting lapped, you would assume. There is Brandon Pfeiffer now down to 11th. So, yeah. Cars, short-term gain, long-term loss, potentially. You see him start sliding around just a little bit. 36 going to be able to point it to the bottom. 18 just trying to survive. Gap to 20th, still 9 seconds. So, he's overall moved to the right direction. But I think he will have learned something. Maybe just... You gain 10 spots on the first lap, you can kind of work with that, I think, and not have to go for breakneck. Good runs for John Crow Sr., Claude Furlan in this first stage. Morris has crawled back up to that 4th position, showing speed late in this stage. But it has been pretty much Thomas Lloyd with a small cameo from Brandon Pfeiffer. He might catch Lester. It'll be very close, actually. 3 laps to go.
And you would think Lester has the speed for that to not happen, but that's almost a second.
Yeah, I mean, his last lap, you see it there, 31.9, last lap for Thomas Lloyd. 31.3, that's 0.6 of a second. Coming to 2 laps to go on the stage. Very close. John Wilco's hoping and praying he can pick it up just a little bit just to make sure. that he is your lucky dog. Pfeiffer back down now to 18th, and he just might very well finish 20th, actually. I knew he was going to drop back, but, like, you could tell he hit a cliff in the final 10 laps. But if you're going to experiment, you might as well do it in the first 30 laps. He's one of the only few drivers in the 32-second. And here comes Thomas Lloyd. Going to come to the conclusion here of lap 30, but 10th place, another 6 seconds back up the road. This is going to be crucial for somebody's race here.
Caution's out.
Caution is out. They threw it early. So Lester catches a break. He doesn't need the lucky dog. John Wilco, big break for him. Thomas Lloyd wins stage number 1.
Yeah, not a huge difference. I mean, 11th was a little ways off of 10th, so
Yeah,
really
no
there.
hands or no positions changed hands on that final lap. So as they run is where they finished. And we'll go get a quick interview with him once he's done with his pit stop. Right now, Nerve Racing 1-2, and then Don Miller 30 seconds. So they got it's a Nerve Racing sandwich right now. Everybody coming in with the fall off that we've seen. James Morris will have that first pit box here. Thomas Lloyd's now in, and big opening stint for him to try and go 3 in a row. Kent out second behind Lloyd. Let's go ahead and let's go get a word with your. Oh, he actually got out ahead of him. Hunter Kent wins the race off pit road. Go talk to Dave Quinn. Here with the Nerve Racing game, Thomas Lloyd. Congratulations on another stage win. Pretty comfortable out in front there for the opening 30 laps, I imagine.
Yeah, it was super comfortable. I was a little worried about Tommy there because he saved super well compared to me. I was trying to kind of keep the lead and make I can't remember who it was, but I was trying to make whoever was on my outside there for a while burn off his tires. But you know, a lot of speed in the truck, and I'm hoping to be like Willoughby and dominate, but not choke the win.
Yeah, that was a fantastic race over the weekend, and hoping for more here. Yeah, it was 1-2, and then we had the sandwich. We had Don Miller there, so everyone's in between Nerve Racing tonight so far.
Yep, I'm happy Don's here because I've been pretty lonely the last couple weeks, so glad to have someone to talk to.
Absolutely. Y'all running good so far. Keep it up in stage 2, and talk to you a little bit later.
Thank you.
So a little bit of track position there for Hunter Kent. Guys coming in to top off. Imagine maybe get a little bit of damage fixed. Aaron Mack had some damage as well that he'll want to get fixed up. You saw him with a big smack there. John Wilco with the lucky dog. It'll be Mike Hasty, Don Miller, and then Aaron Mack. Actually, with that damage repair, going to put himself a lap down as well. Don Miller, or Eli Tomlin as well, put himself a lap down. Here we go back for the restart. Hunter Kent Thomas Lloyd, row number 1. Mike McConville, Tommy Gossett, number 2. Moynihan in 5th, up 11 spots from the drop of the green flag. Let's crank it up here on this restart here, taking place lap 33. So you could tell a little bit of the strategy that's playing out. Hunter Kent dropping back, so he took fuel only. Mike McConville, similar story. Trying to save a set for the end of this race if they can catch a caution. I think that's your pole sitter in the fence there. Richard Pruitt trying to pass all of that group there with that move. Aaron Mack, currently your lucky dog, should a caution come out. But that was a caution-free stage, so not a whole lot of, you get, 30 laps stage and then make any adjustments, but this track will continue to change as we get further into the night. Not a whole lot of incidents to speak of tonight, so we won't get a whole lot of opportunity to work on this truck throughout the night as it stands.
And you're really just going to have to, make your guesses. I think you can survive to this next stage, lap 60. It will be a good time to make adjustments, but you would hope that it would just come to you. Oh, you're going to have an incident in the front. Tommy Gossett's about to go around.
Big trouble. Oh, right in the Minto. Yeah, where's the caution?
There it is.
They're still wrecking.
That's the ultimate jinx. Said, oh, no caution
well,
so
that's,
far.
We'll own that one. That's egg on our face right there. Man. So let's take a look at what the heck just happened. Commentator's curse yet again. Right at the front of the field, we were noticing. I mean, Tommy Gossett was there. Oh, and man, that's like two different things going on. You got the incident between the 33 battling for the lead. And there's netcode even before they get into the corner. Quarter speed here before they even turn into the quarter. Yeah, he's already sideways. He was nowhere near the turn-in point. And so Lloyd, I mean, honestly, all square. I mean, 33.76, no issues. Poor Claude Furlan trying to check up for this is kind of what kicks off the wreck. See him spinning out right in front of you. You don't know if they're going to overcorrect or not. Will Young into the back, the right rear specifically, get him turned around. Down the hill in front of Minto. That's front end damage. Into Bobby Dennis, who then comes up and clips Rodriguez. Dakota LaRue's in it. Looks like Sylvain Joly gets a piece as well. Oh, is Trading Paints being dumb again? Let's see here. We'll give it a refresh.
And the man in the lead saying your
Yeah,
stuff isn't wrong.
he's like, hey, that's not what I got going on here, bud. Let's go on board here with Diego Rodriguez for this yellow. There's chaos at the front of the field. And no caution. Like, there was no caution up. Still, yeah. It's a very late yellow. It's not what you want to see. There it is. Patriotic truck. Well, it changed to something. Let's see if this is what it's supposed to be. There it is. Got the Memorial Day paint schemes on for some of these trucks. Remembering the ultimate sacrifice paid for our freedoms. About CJ Urban up there in that third spot. Brandon Meir in the 7th spot. Sylvain Jolie, I thought he got a piece of that, but he's there in 6th. And Don Miller. And all that, I'm not sure who would have gotten the lucky dog there.
I believe Don Miller was 2 down. Now he's
Don
only
Miller
1
won?
down. So
All right.
potentially him.
Yes. Still on pit road from that Dakota LaRue, Bobby Dennis. And Eli Tomlin's been on pit road for 9 minutes, so I'm not sure what's wrong with the 37 there. Back for the restart. It's now, yeah, Tommy Gossett. I mean, I know he just got a little half spin there, but he did take the lead of that race. If he did any damage to his tires, the Geico restart zone. And we're back underway. '76 will fall in line. Back on 2 wide as they try and scrap 4 positions here. And these top 2, they are away by a distance. John Crow Sr., CJ Urban, Sylvain Jolie, Pfeiffer. Bit of a topsy-turvy top 5. You had mentioned Joseph Lester at the end of that stage nearly went a lap down. He's now back up to 9th. And he's side by side looking for 8th.
No, Bobby didn't. Said the engine is blown.
Tell you what though, John Crow Sr., he's putting some pressure on that 76, trying to get him a little loose there. Having a great run. CJ Urban trying to close up as well. '76 gonna make that power move to the outside, trying to get that run. Down the back straightaway. He will be clear into 3. Great move there for that 76, right on that seam. Gets back by his teammate. Not a single file up here. We'll look further back. There's Benfield, Rodriguez, and Moynihan nearly 3 wide to the dry oval. 21 in a patriotic truck there, and he's going to force it 3 wide right here out of the exit turn number 2. And he'll get them both. He got them both. Diego Rodriguez, great move up into 11th. Into with some slight damage. Looks like he got pretty much all of it fixed, and he'll be trying to climb back up into that top 10. Giesbrecht trying to follow suit. Hunter Kent has kind of settled out to 16th. McConville to 21st on their alternate strategy. Battling away right now with, that's Chris Klon in the U.S. Army truck. Don Miller right there as well. He is your lucky dog yet again over Mike Hasty. As John Crow Sr. battling for the lead. He'll get that lap led in the 95 machine. Battling away on the outside. And he's got the advantage of he has just been smart. He's been slowly picking off trucks, had a good qualifying effort, and he's just slowly worked his way up to the top 10, so he's not having to push too terribly hard to take the lead of this race. And he'll clear down. Saw what happened to Pfeiffer. Although he's back into fourth, so he's right back up here. Will the 95 be able to hold on a little bit better? There's Pfeiffer going for round 2. Andrew Deemer having a great run in the 83 Jack Daniels Toyota Tundra. It's got that like ghosty, like I don't know what's going on, but yeah, that's what it looks like under the lights. Teammates side by side for second here. On board here with Pfeiffer, who's got a great view of it. Further back, just inside the top 25. Will Young, he obviously got a bit of damage running into the back of Furlan. Hasn't gotten it all fixed yet, so he's just going to try and hold on here for the final 9.5 laps. And here comes Thomas Lloyd back to the inside. Looks like 95 might have got a little bit tight up there, and 76 will clear through back to the lead, trying to sweep the stages. 95 will fall back into third.
Are we sure that 76 truck is passing inspection every week?
Got something. We got a little something that everyone else doesn't have. They've unlocked the key here. So, I mean, it's interesting though. It's like how much you wonder. You're putting time into the setup. How much time you putting on track? It's a whole combination of things. It's like either we're just turning laps, or we just actually have that good of a setup. Or probably it ends up being both more often than not. You put in the time to get that setup. Great setup can only take you so far if you keep bouncing off the apron or not knowing how to drive the track. But 76, 33, they look to be good at both so far. That little.
I mean, I've had setups so good, I've gotten wins with them. So
Yeah.
setups can carry a long way. But this league's a lot different. There's a lot of talent in this league.
There's Mike Hasty's going to go another lap down, so Don Miller comfortably. The Lucky Dog recipient is Mike McConville, just begging for the stage to end. Back down to 24th here once Wilco goes on by. Hunter Kent fared a lot better, actually. Into 15th. As they've now put a second on Crow Sr. here. Mirror into the top 5. It must be said, though, I imagine a lot of these guys are still rooting for Thomas Lloyd to get it done. Because we're at 9 winners right now. We're only taking 10 to the playoffs, so... And we still got a ways to go before we get to the chase. And so at this point, you always want that repeat winner. Because then it kind of forces you into a win. Then Don Miller was in and out of pit lane, so give the Lucky Dog back to Mike Hasty. Interesting games there.
The battle to not be the Lucky Dog.
It's interesting because we have the 9 winners. Hunter Kent is not one of them. So the real life format is the regular season champ clinches an automatic berth, And he has got a decent gap here to Mike McConville. So we're already at essentially 10 unofficially. Because what would end up happening, I'll confirm that they do the exact same format regular season champ advances. Because if that's the case, we have our 9 winners and then Hunter Kent. So then it becomes a battle. If we get another winner, then it becomes a battle between the 2 lowest winners in points for that 10th and final spot. Of course, if you have multiple wins like Thomas Lloyd does, then you're going to go the standings pretty darn quick. He's just inside the top 20 in points now after only just 3 races. And another stage win, just stacking points up. He'll keep going up.
I was going to say, he is currently 20th. Probably going to be above that. I think he's 19th with, he gets 10 points for the win of the stage?
Yep.
So that would put him 19th, unless Lindsay got points. But
nope. Not here tonight.
I was going to say, I don't even think he's here.
But
so that's Thomas Lloyd 19 right now.
We say all this, and Tommy Gossett's kind of putting it down here in the second stage, and looks like Don Miller's actually going to get one of his laps back the hard way. So that's an interesting situation there. Mike Hasty's still your lucky dog. He is 11 seconds in front. As we get to the end of stage 2, Tommy Gossett's teammates swapping back and forth. Had a late battle there for 4th. Brandon Meir gets it. I'm at 18. He rebounds to 5th. And then looks like Diego Rodriguez stole 8th away from Sylvain Joly in the closing laps. Little bobble there from Pfeiffer. Lap traffic playing a factor. 3 wide middle, and 78 will take that spot. Excellent move there. So now we'll see McConville and Kent bolt on their first set of tires. This will be the second set for your leaders. They only have 1 more remaining, with 1 more pit stop guaranteed. Once these 2 come out, we'll go ahead and go back and talk to them. That should be Mike Hasty as your lucky dog, and it is. Bolsitter just now getting to his box as the 33 runs away off pit road. It's actually John Wilco, way out in front with, I believe, either 2-tire fuel only. Brandon Minto with fuel only. So some more strategy. Let's go to your stage winner, though.
Take tires there, Don?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can take the wave here, and then, yeah, you're back on sequence. How many laps down are you now?
2. I'll be back to 1.
Okay, good.
I appreciate the strategy, though. But here, we said we talked to you shortly, and you won the stage, so we're back again. Little incident there in stage 2, but didn't really matter. You guys finished 1-2, just flipped it around this time. Tommy Gossett gets it done.
Yeah, he is, he's quick. He definitely knows how to say better than I do, so gonna be a good battle here.
Yeah, you gotta love iRacing netcode.
Yeah, it wasn't even before, didn't even turn into the corner. You were sideways, but able to hang on despite that and win the stage. Really impressive. We've only had the 1 caution, so it should be a long green flag run here. We'll just see what you guys got for him.
Fingers crossed.
Good luck, fellas. So no more guaranteed cautions the rest of the way. 27 trucks on the lead lap. Mike Hasty, Don Miller battling for that lucky dog still. Dakota LaRue on pit road for about 15 minutes at this point. Eli Tomlin, 23 minutes. Bobby Dennis, engine blown out of the race. Matt Mettler never started, so that is the race. I guess kind of just the overall how we stand. 29 trucks on track, 2 in pit road, 1 out, 1 didn't start. Track position going to be key here. I think they got similar pace. 76 was a little bit quicker in stage 1, 33. They won by about 7/10 of a second, so as far as we're concerned, between teammates, it's a moderate gap. As close as it's been in recent weeks. 33 truck will have the ability to launch first here. Fully under the lights now. Stage 3 underway.
I think that 76 is going to have a hard time getting around his teammate.
It's going to make him move to the inside, though.
There's a little more experience on the Tommy Gossett side.
He just let him go right through, though. No worries about it. Tires will be interesting. Guys have saved the set at this point. Minto will be the next candidate to kind of lose a lot of track position. I don't know if you make that move necessarily in the second stage going to the third, because you might not get another guaranteed caution. You just go 50 laps green, lose all the track position, finally bolt on a set of tires, but you're behind everybody.
It is the risk you take, trying to play strategy. But here comes John Crow Sr. once again.
He's got track position. This is one of his better runs this season. Same thing for Mir, although it's obviously early in his season. Pfeiffer, probably his best run tonight, as well as CJ Erdman. So these guys are up here and they're going to fight. Why the heck not? You are right there. Go for it.
I think we're about 60 laps from really asking this question, but do you think there will be any team games between Tommy Gossett and Thomas Lloyd?
Team games meaning in this situation?
If Tommy Gossett wants to potentially race for the championship, get that, get the win, get a bunch of points, or is it Thomas Lloyd's? Is he going to be the one racing for a potential championship here? He's been here more. He's already got himself inside the top 20. If it comes down to those two,
I'm not even sure that Gossett would be concerned with the championships, considering he's only one race in 11, or 2 in 11. I don't think he'd be too concerned with it. It's just, hey, let's win. But how about this though? Brandon Mir, Brandon Pfeiffer, got 2 Brandons out in front. 78 leading that 18. Some new names at the front of this field. And again, so the 18, I'm hoping, has learned a little something. He had good track position, so he doesn't have to push so hard now. Yes, those are insanely quick trucks behind you, but you do not have to force the issue. You can kind of just ride a little bit, try and save. You're 3 car lengths ahead. Just try and save a little bit. To get back by you, just keep in touching distance with them. You don't have to go side by side. You don't have to battle just yet. We're just past halfway, obviously. The 18 heard none of what I said. Huge slide job up in front. 78 going to battle back. If you're Thomas Lloyd and Tommy Gossett, the 95, the 94, all you got to do is see this, and you just naturally back it down a tiny bit. We don't have to run so hard. They're going to kill each other up front. And we'll get them in about 10 laps, 5 laps, whatever it ends up being whenever they decide they want to get back in front. Fuel window will be about lap 85 would be the earliest it opens, you would imagine. They can go much longer than that. Honda starts his climb back up the field, as does John Wilco. Rich Jett, Minto down to 22nd. Would love a caution. That's kind of, he's banking on a caution before the end of this race. 100%. Like a tiny bit of left side damage for that 21, but doesn't seem to be impacting his progress too much. Rich Jett has decided it's time to go up inside the top 14, trying to take away a spot from our pole sitter, James Morris, who fell back there a little bit at the end of stage 2, now working his way back up towards the top 10. Battles back here, out here just outside of the top 20 as well. Chris Potts, Tony Benfield, Bobby Dennis just trying to... Dude, that's Don Miller. Yes, Don Miller. Just trying to keep ahead of Mike Hasty and Andrew Beamer for that lucky dog. Rich Jett just set his personal best lap of the race, a 30.16. Still a couple tenths off the fastest lap of this race, but it's quick compared to those around him. Yeah, one of the quicker trucks on track right now. Trying to get to the outside of the 00 there, take away that 13th spot, trying to keep that momentum up. 00 gives him the high side. He should be able to roll the center of the corner. 00 won't be able to arc out. Run down the back for Rich Jett in the 77, put him up to 13.
So it is nice to have someone who is like a reliable indicator of its go time.
Right.
When Rich Jett starts making his march forward, you know the race is like
we're getting into that final
really
stage.
There.
Again, we're 10 laps away from, you know, you could make your final stop. Back out in front, 76 leading the 33. They've gotten back around the 18, the 76. Here comes John Crow Sr. now. He bided his time a little bit. Probably saved a little bit of tires compared to these two. He's racing with Hunter Kent back up in the field with his new tires. McConville just kind of hanging out in 18th. Thought he'd have a little bit more speed in it once he bolted on a set of tires. Stuck behind Hodison and Wilco just in front of him. Steve Herring right behind him. He did not qualify. He's inside the top 20. Crow Sr. picked off the 78 last lap, trying to pick off the 18 this lap. Hunter Kent trying to follow suit here. The best thing you can do if you're Hunter Kent and just keep having these consistent runs, you're not going to win the darn race. Just keep finishing top 5. Be the regular season's points champion and get yourself in that one. Because we kind of have the new benchmark at this point. It's Thomas Lloyd, but even then, now it's like, hey, Tommy Gossett. You got two of these guys that are out here just running away with it a little bit. Benchmark's a second up the racetrack at this point.
I believe that's Thomas Lloyd in the wall. Need them to not have the same name.
John
like same but different.
Into that podium spot. Now he'll have to deal with Hunter Kent, who I imagine will be able to get around that 78. And here comes Joseph Lester back up this field as well. Pole sitter trying to fend off Rich Jett, who's continuing his march up the field. Rich Jett battling away here for the 12th position. We get that runoff turn 4. Double-0 have the shortest way around the racetrack. Diego Rodriguez trying to take a peek at it. Double-0 holding strong. 21 might have caught the apron there a tiny bit. He was quick through that corner, Diego Rodriguez. Lester around the 18. Now CJ Urban would love to pick off Brandon Pfeiffer. Sylvain Jolie has just gotten by Brandon Minta, who is down to 24th. And if he does not catch a caution, he is in a bad way, as Will Young just goes a lap down. I don't think he ever got that. Yeah, he's still got that front end damage. He hit that 43 hard, and he's been off the pace since.
I think one of the trucks that have been sitting in pits for, 40 laps just left their truck running. I heard it explode, and I was very confused.
Either Dakota LaRue or Eli Tomlin just officially blew up. And so we got a mess right here. As James Morris, he was battling with Rich Jett, so he's actually been able to pass a couple more trucks. Rich Jett kind of got stuck back in this mess as a result. Kane Hodison, Logan Giesbrecht, Ron Fitting, McConville, slow. I mean, he's down in 17th. He's actually lost a couple of positions in this battle. Lester trying the slide job on that 35, not quite able to get there. We'll try it again in 3 and 4. Not quite clear though. 33 starting to pull back ahead a little bit. Last lap. 31 ones for both of your top two. A 31-1 for Hunter Kent. So he'd love to just catch back up here. He's closing in on John Crow Sr. Final pit window is about open. We'll see if anyone wants to take it, as they're getting nuts for it. Trying to get around the lap traffic here as well. Richard Pruitt, he's having a great run in the 10th position, trying to hold off the pole sitter. Some great battles here just inside the top 20. Conville picked it up. He's now 2 spots in the last 2 laps. Truck looking a little loose. Rich Jett still trying to march forward as well. Claude closing in on John DeLuca. This is the battle for 19th. Joey, a little bit of left front damage there. You can see it still closing in on Aaron Mack in the 31. That's the battle for 22nd. He's now thinking about making that move to the inside. He's now well within the draft. We usually ask this question, Art, and it's, when do you make that final stop? Do you run it dry from stage 2 if you get the opportunity? Do you kind of just split it in half? It all depends on kind of how you navigate stage 1 and 2, I suppose, and what your strategy is there.
It also becomes like a how confident are you in potentially driving through traffic, whether it be cars who haven't pitted and or trying to get your spot back.
And I was just getting ready to say, if there's anybody that should have pitted first, it should be Brandon Minto, because he did not get the caution. I mean, he was hitting from 24th. So that has not worked. He still has that set of tires, but he has lost all of that track position. Conville coming in, final stop. Right. So these guys are going to go a little bit longer. Will Young's coming in. They're just going to kind of run another full tank on a set of tires. McConville has one more after this. What'll happen is we had a fantastic race tonight. Only the one caution that was caused by netcode. These guys will come in at some point for their last set of tires, and they'll be hoping for no more cautions. fall off pretty darn big. We're at a second and a half over the course of the run. Chris Claude is in. I think if you're in this mess, pitting at least a lap early would be a huge difference. I'll give you 5 or 6 spots just like this. Rich Jet, you go from 14th to 9th if you have a good pit cycle. It's 1.6 seconds. I love that Pfeiffer is going to come in first. Prevent that from any of those guys behind him trying to be opportunistic. I think they said it during the Indy 500 broadcast. So the guys pitting from 6th, 7th, when you got 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds, though, it's not going to make the leaders, they're not going to blink about it. They're just going to run their race. They have their target in mind where they want to pull the trigger. Somebody pitting from 9th, not going to make them, I'm not going to force them into a reactionary move. But all these guys, that if somebody pits here, that's going to force a reaction. It already has from some of these guys. Richard Pruitt a tiny bit off the pace here on this lap. He might be thinking about a pit stop, and he is. He was just giving himself some space, which with as many incidents as we've seen over the years doing this, that's not a bad play. He's having a strong top 15, maybe even top 10 night if he plays his cards right. Don't screw it up on pit road.
I would say if I was the leaders, I would probably get the extra laps, you know, if you're worried about potential overtime and or the cautions towards the end.
Yeah, because they don't have an extra set to spare, so you want to make sure, hey, we're just going to pit as late as we can. And I think that's what they're going to do. They're just going to run it dry, maybe? Because what happens here, and we see it all the time too, these guys that pitted on 89, 87, 90, if these guys do another 10, 15 laps, they will be behind Mike McConville, Brandon Pfeiffer, Brandon Muir. They'll be naturally behind these guys just because the tires are worth a second and a half per lap. But by the time they cycle back around and catch up, I mean, they can't defend. So it's a totally different ballgame. So yes, Mike McConville could very well cycle through the lead if they keep going. But then he'll eventually fall back to the clutches of these guys anyways. Because what'll happen, McConville he was back in 15th. He might cycle through the lead. He'll be 3 seconds up the road with 20 lap older tires, and they'll run him down in about 4 laps. Erdman's coming in. You're maybe a little concerned if Hunter Kent can do something here, though, because he's catching just a little bit per lap. He's gotten around Lester, John Crow Sr., all those guys, and he's now got track position here in the run to the finish. So you're keeping an eye on him and maybe even Joseph Lester, but I think this is kind of the 4 cars that have separated themselves for the most part.
Really surprised by this gap that Gossett's been able to open up on Thomas Lloyd.
1.2 seconds. Hunter Kent 7/10 off of Thomas Lloyd. If you're Hunter Kent, you're trying to leapfrog at least Thomas Lloyd by pitting a lap before he does. Possibility. Paul Sitter trying to catch Moynihan here for 6th.
You can say potentially dangerous pass. Aaron Mack going around Hunter Kent on the inside of 3 and 4.
He'll catch that 76 down the back straight away. And that just shows you what 4 fresh tires will do. Aaron Mack, I think he had a little bit of damage early on. Looks to be better now. Running just around in the low 20s, but fresh tires.
Here comes John Lester.
Did you just say John Lester? Like the pitcher?
I did. Joseph Lester.
I was like, wait a minute. That's John Lester right there. That's a good one.
John Lester mentioned.
Ron Fitting is in. Stoney Benfield is in. they'll just go, they're going to go 34 laps to the end here. Have the benefit of the fresh tires at the end of this thing. Hunter Kent is in. And I see, this is where if you're Thomas Lloyd, you're like, I want to hold on to second. And he might come in next lap. Tommy Gossett, you could run another lap to not worry about Kent, but if you stay out another 2-3 laps, then you could very well lose the lead yourself. Full tires and full of Sunoco Racing fuel here for what theoretically is everybody's final stop. If we catch a caution with 10 to go, some of these guys with an extra set of tires will take that advantage. Thomas Lloyd did not respond. That's potentially him losing second. Mike McConville, he's 35 seconds behind. You lose 42 seconds on pit road. That's just pit road time in general. Again, they're going to have such an offset in tires. It won't really matter when they come back around. Steve Herring is now in. Or he's actually coming back out. But the top 11 have yet to pit. So, a decent amount. Out on the racetrack, and here comes your race leader.
Thomas Lloyd gonna go long.
So that's actually, that's a benefit to Gossett. He'll make up more time on Thomas Lloyd. I don't know that Lloyd would be able to make up that second and a half. It's gonna get, the gap's gonna get even bigger. Here's Mike McConville. Lloyd respond next lap. Oh, he's kind of in a bad spot too. Oh yeah, he just was all out of shape there with that 75. Gonna lose a ton of time. That's the danger when you have guys on fresher tires just flying through. And now everybody else is blank. Leader's in, so John Crow Sr.'s in, or Paul Sater's in, Rodriguez, Hodison, he's wrecked. Wilco stays out, Jolie and Furland at the top of the racetrack. He's not pitting this lap. What we're talking about is Mike McConville pitted 11 laps before Tommy Gossett, and he's 6 seconds ahead of him. However, there's plenty of time. I mean, they're now a second half quicker than McConville is. They're just going to run him back down. Even Joseph Lester, 10 laps. Last lap was a second quicker. So he'll be here in 3 laps. But most of the field's a lap down. If you're going to run long, run it till it's bone dry. Force some people to make some uncomfortable decisions. But Joseph Lester was able to get back ahead of Hunter Kent. He came in 1 lap earlier. Joseph Lester put it on 99, Hunter Kent 100, Tommy Gossett 103. Thomas Lloyd is now in. Jet was 8 seconds behind. He's going to continue on. He'll take the lead of this race. Wilco is now in, and imagine everybody else. Sylvain Joel, just kidding. Martin Conville. Gonna cycle through here for not even a lap, because here comes Hunter Kent, who does get around Joseph Lester. Thomas Lloyd is in and out as well, and he is 6, 7, probably 7 seconds behind his teammate here with 4 lap pressure tires. Look at 8 seconds. Get 9? Yeah, I don't know about that one. Officially, it's Hunter Kent that cycles back to the race lead. with 26 laps to go. John Crow Sr., though, 29.58 flying in race trim here. Fastest lap of the race so far. You can see the 15th place going to unlap themselves, 16th place going to unlap themselves. They've just given up time, hand over fist. McConville not able to hold off Gossett. Gossett got 1.7 seconds to make up on Hunter Kent the next 25 laps with 3-lap pressure tires.
They were getting real close in front of him. Oh, he might drive through traffic.
It's going to hold him up just a hair there. Kenny Benfield. I mean, yeah, because now everyone's just all over the place with tires. Tommy Gossett knows he's got to go.
I mentioned it before pits. It's just like, how confident are you in it being able to drive through traffic?
24 machine. 18. And here comes a 76. Yeah, you just got to put yourself in a little bit of uncomfortable spots. But he's still making up time. 3-lap difference in fresh rubber there. He is still catching Hunter Kent, who, I mean, it's 23 laps to go. We are here at the end of this thing. Rich Jet is absolutely just going to run it till it's out. And it's out right here. Hunter Kent, your race leader. Coming to 22 laps to go, but Tommy Gossett 1.2 seconds back, already all over the back of Joseph Lester. Not going to put up too much of a fight, I don't think. It's 1.2 seconds to Hunter Kent. He is nearly 0.3 of a second quicker. In the next 5 laps, probably even before that. He knows what he's got to do. His teammate is 8 seconds behind still. He will probably get up to, still catch some of these guys, and he could honestly end up in second. He's not going to make up that time on his teammate. The last man pit, Claude Furlan, from 61 to 112. And he'll try and make use of those fresh tires at the end of this thing.
We still have Rich Jet. Man's going to unlap himself and get an entire way around the racetrack and win it all.
That's got to be a little disappointing, like, if you're Hunter Kent, because it's only a 3-lap difference, but it's almost like, hey, you're not going to be able to hold him up. Like, it's just not happening. Even 3 laps. Like, you got the clean air, you could try and block him maybe for a lap or two, but 20 to go. It's not going to happen at this point. Lap traffic all over the place. And just like that, he got the run. He's going to try and block. Oh, my goodness. Ooh. That could have been disastrous.
Do we have a new pass in the grass?
We just about. My goodness. They got held up by the lap truck of Minto. Momentum with the 33. And he was going to make him work for it. He just blocks him there. And it's borderline. It's very borderline. You say, oh, were we good from last week? I don't know. We had Will Young off the track there. What happened to him? Oh. Is this a... No equipment failure. It, kind of drove up into the fence there and went right to pit road. No caution. Yeah, but even Hunter Kent, he's got 17 laps, and Thomas Lloyd's 5 seconds back, 0.8 of a second. Even Thomas Lloyd could get up here into second even. John Crow Sr. on fresh tires. He'll be by McConville. I mean, look at the difference through the corner there. They'll be catching up to Moynihan here pretty quick. Tane Hodison got fresher tires than CJ Erdman. Gonna just keep his foot to the floor around the outside there. Rich Jett, new fastest lap of his race, 29.72. Giesbrecht here. And Richard Pruitt. Giesbrecht with much fresher tires than Pruitt's. He'll move up to the 14th spot. James Morris, much fresher tires than Brandon Muir and Mike McConville. All popping off here at the end of this thing. And you're just praying for no caution if you're Tommy Gossett. If you're Mike McConville, you are praying for a caution. For Brandon Minto, you're praying for a caution. Brandon Minto's even a lap down, though. Completely off sequence since he lost so much time at the start of stage 3.
Does anyone know where Clint Boyer is?
There goes the 76 through. 2.5 seconds behind Hunter Kent now, coming to 12 laps to go. 0.7 of a lap quicker. Will more than likely get there.
Oh, there's the caution.
Oh, boy. We don't get paid to rig the races. Nobody bribes us to do this, but, I mean, yeah, 21 just kind of runs right through the 8. I mean, oh, of course. And, of course, the man that wants the caution is the one getting wrecked. I mean, it's just unreal. So, yeah, you can tell we don't rig this stuff, because hell, Mike McConville was begging for the caution, and he ends up, you know, being the caution.
I was gonna wonder which one of Mike McConville's teammates went around, but it was him himself.
Yeah, man, that's a tough break for sure. I mean, I get that you're on older tires. I mean, he could have moved up here. I mean, he just runs through. I mean, he's a little loose. Just gets right into him.
What's funny is that that still works for McConville. Like, as long as he doesn't have a ton of damage.
But that's just so unnecessary. I'll just say it for Diego Rodriguez. Like, you have 15 lap fresher tires. You don't need to be, you know.
Need to leave him off pick to one.
I don't understand that personally.
It's what winners do.
But how
they
does
wreck the competition?
How does what happened to Tommy Gossett?
Huh?
What in the world? Oh no! Andrew Deemer. Oh no. Oh, man.
What? Oh.
I mean, it is massive netcode just from my view, but, that is inexcusable. I don't care if he's a lucky dog or a wave around. And he takes out another one of them, too. He gets 2 of the Nerve Racing guys. And then, actually, Miller just loops it, trying to slow down for the wreck. But that cannot happen. And that's the thing, right? Diego Rodriguez did not wreck Tommy Gossett. But, if you just don't wreck the man that you can easily pass on 15-lap older tires, then you don't get the cause. And, it just, you know what I mean?
That's insane.
That doesn't happen if we don't just drive through the truck in front of us.
Tommy Gossett's gone for, you know.
Yeah, no, that's 2 very late race incidents he's been taken out here. So now, there's going to be 9 laps to go. And the first man on fresh tires is Hunter Kent in 9th. Joseph Lester, Daniel Moynihan, James Morris, Tane Hodison, Richard Pruitt, Chris Claude, Rich Jett, Steve Herring, Aaron Mack, and Mike McConville, although he was the caution, got wrecked. have fresh tires.
I think we're about to see domestic terrorism.
There's gonna be, we're gonna see like teenager Max Verstappen stuff here. If you're Hunter Kent, you are chomping at the bit. You have about 15 lap tire offset, and you saw what 4 laps did. You have got to go. This is your win. You pretty much lock yourselves in if you get this done. But the problem is he's stuck here on the bottom, and you got guys on the outside lane that are just going to be able to go to that third groove and just go. I'm looking at Joseph Lester right here to make a big move. James Morris to go right with him. Hunter Kent has had this chance before, but has been stuck in traffic. It is about to pop off. You got guys here. Brandon Pfeiffer's on incredibly old tires, by the way, too. So it's going to get messy. This is something else here. We're gonna have we're not done, everybody. We are not done. It is only just starting. You just hold your breath. Can they even get through the restart on these old tires? Great restart for the 76. And if you're Hunter Kent, you have got to go. Because if they somehow figure this out, you're going to run out of laps. The 18's on old tires. He's going to have to force the move here. He'll have the momentum. He'll be able to just drive through the center of the corner. Looks like the 94 is going to give him a... And there he goes. It's not meant to be. It's absolutely not meant to be.
No one really wrecked there, by the way.
Is that more just tremendous netcode? It looked like it from that angle. Can we just not, fellas? Let's see here. I don't want to say it was one thing or another, but you have to turn in here. Oh well, I mean, yeah, the 52 is trying. Let's check out Giesbrecht's view of it. Yeah, from this specific angle, there's a tiny bit, but that 52 was definitely pointed to the bottom in a hurry. Like, he was like, I gotta go. And you just,
And that's going to take away some of his advantage.
Right. He's going to scorch those tires up. He's got the right rear damage, or left rear damage here. And that's same thing too, right? Like, he is so darn quick. But you just have to get one more corner, and then there's, like, it's just, I don't know. Just turned in a second too early, maybe. Put yourself in a bad spot where there's a tiny bit of netcode. And I'll say this, it's not like he hit, I mean, he doesn't hit that much, but it's not going to be 100%. He keeps most of the spots. He's going to be starting in 5th. But with that caution, you run yourself out of laps as well. Now, Tane Hodgson might be in the catbird seat 123 to not just half spin and have left rear damage here. But if they keep wrecking each other, then they're gonna run themselves out of laps. Gonna be what, 5 to go? You almost had time to just get through the restart there on that one. Like, you could, all right, we got 1 lap. Let them just kind of let the old tires get out of the way, and then we'll pounce. But I think just I understand the reason to go there, though. If you're Hunter Kent, you're like, hey, this is it. Like, if it's not this race, it's, you know, it might be never this season. I don't know. Yeah, we're going to get the 1 to go here. It'll be 6 laps to go. And again, though, 52 on the bottom. So I'm thinking this 22's got a shot here. I think the 22's in the best position, honestly. Your pick to win is in 2nd right here, bud. We got CJ Urban in 4th.
I do think my pick to win might get run over, though.
I told everybody we're not done.
We can make 4 laps green.
Yeah, Tommy Gossett, he's out of the Discord as well too. He done. We've seen that. We've seen that a lot too. You had it with Mike McConville at Rockingham. It's just like, yep, we're done. We just gotta leave. Oh, that's tough. He'll end up with a 28th place finish. So yeah, I think if you're that 22, you can just pinch that 52 back in behind like that 95 on older tires, and just, I mean, you got options here if you're Tane Hodison. You do not have as many options if you're Hunter Kent.
Especially with Joseph Lester. Gotta make sure I say his name right. Don't need to, bring back John Lester.
35 is going to be moving on that high side as well. John Crow Sr., I mean, it's like 18 lap difference. Here we go. They could very easily just get bottled up in the restart zone trying to get the jump. I mean, look, they're not going to go anywhere, but here goes Tane Hodison. I mean, he's going to be boxed in here. 22. Oh, that actually might have worked out for him. Somehow, some way, it worked. 22 is trying to get there. Now the 52 will just drive it in. Diego Rodriguez is gonna have to block here, though.
Make him push you, bud.
Oh, he got so loose. He's got to hold on to it if he wants a shot. But he is through to second. 4 laps to go, half a second back. Here comes Joseph Lester right on that same strategy, though. Can they close in? Oh, they're going to be side by side for second. And here comes Hodison. These two are going to squabble and ruin the chance to get to the lead. But look at Joseph Lester driving into turn 3. There's no squabbling there. Joseph Lester wants this race win. The damage proving to be too much. I mean, it was no competition. And now there's a 20-lap difference in tires. Fastest lap of the race for Joseph Lester, 29.53. He's going to build up this run on the outside. 76 can only rue the cautions and the strategy that's put him to this point. One more corner, 35 will just hold it flat to the floor. And there it is. He'll lose second, probably third. Two starts, one top 5, looking for his first win in his third start for Joseph Lester. And Hunter Kent, another one that's going to slip away from him here. Moynihan looking for third. Tane Hodison now into the podium places, and Thomas Lloyd might not even finish in the top 5 here. If he can get around one more 10 feet, there is white flag. Race is official. Moynihan with the fastest lap of the race. 4 tenths back. And he's flying. 3 tenths. I don't think it probably needed one more lap. Now Hunter Kent might not even end up on the podium. In a crazy late race turn of events. Joseph Lester. Oh, and there goes Hunter Kent around. And it's not going to matter. The white flag, it's Joseph Lester to win at Charlotte.
Oh, no.
Hunter Kent does not even get a top 10. Thomas Lloyd ends up finishing 5th. How about that?
We might have new beef on track. Tane Hodison and Hunter Kent. Something to look forward to for next week.
Yep. We're seeing a lot of that over the last couple weeks, but Joseph Lester doesn't care about any of it. 3 starts, 2 top 5s, and a win for, I think, officially the Joe Gibbs Racing driver. We had him as a free agent, but in there with Aaron Mack and Chris Claude for Joe Gibbs Racing. What a couple of weeks of racing we've had here. Holy smokes. That race ended before 10 o'clock, by the way. There's 1 caution in that entire race. And then, or 2, actually. That we forgot about the entire one that set up the whole thing. 2 cautions and 2 stage cautions. 4 total, 2 of them don't count. That is insane.
Less than 2 hours. Efficiency.
They don't want to pay us any more by the hour. Holy smokes, Joseph Lester started second, and man, that is something else. Insane. Let's go ahead and get him in here. Here with your race winner tonight, Joseph Lester, his third start of this season. A wild one, gets his first win of the season.
How's it going?
Going pretty good. You were kind of on that alternate strategy, saving that set of tires at the end, and you were just kind of hoping for a caution there at the end, and you got it, and then you kind of did the rest from there.
Yeah, I was starting to lose faith there that the caution was going to come out. I don't know exactly what happened, but then Tommy, I don't know if he had a set of tires left, but he got caught up in something under caution, and I was just there to take advantage, and Hunter got a little damage as well, so it worked out.
It was, I think they had the leaders had pitted up before that like 104, 105. You come in at 123. And just that 15 laps, that offset here at Charlotte, fall off was pretty big tonight. It's everything you needed to do, and you just had to pick your spots there on that hectic restart, and just 4 laps to go, and just had to pick up a couple spots there right at the end.
Yeah, just sent it. I mean, I made controlled aggression there, and it worked out. Um, I've been known in the past to drive a little dirty, but I've tried to fix things, and this second time around, I've done a lot better. Took advantage.
Absolutely got to be there when it counts, and you were able to do that. So congratulations on the win, and we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
All right, thank you. I'd just like to thank my parents, always supporting me. Gotta thank God, um, and my youth group. I know they support a lot, and just everybody that helped me out here. And then I believe Daniel gave me the setup for this race, and it was on rails, so can't thank him enough for that. But yeah, it was a great race.
Absolutely. Congratulations again. We'll see you next week.
No problem. See ya.
Here with your runner-up tonight, Daniel Moynihan, a wild one. Maybe if it was, maybe an extra lap or two, you might be on the top step of the podium. But from your point of view, fantastic conclusion here, getting up on the podium.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The strategy played out tonight for sure. It played out beautifully. I was honestly, I think we were on lap 100, and we didn't think the strategy would work out, but we did get a caution, so we could use our extra set of tires, which that was the chain or the deciding factor in getting myself up into the top 3 here tonight. So definitely glad strategy worked out.
Yeah, this race specifically popped off at the end, but it's tough to call that alternate strategy because first stage went caution free. We had 1 caution in the second stage, and it's like, well, we need a caution to make it work. So you're just kind of hoping to get a little lucky there sometimes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was all luck. We didn't think we'd get a caution. We were saying like, oh, this is gonna go green. Like there's, we're kind of screwed. And then we got that caution. What was it, around lap 119, lap 120, I think. And that helped quite a bit.
Absolutely, but congratulations on the runner-up. Some chaos there to navigate at the end, but you get it done. And we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to my team, Brittany Steers. We always have a pretty fantastic night racing here on Tuesday nights. Shout out to you guys for the broadcast every Tuesday night. You guys do a hell of a job in the booth. Shout out to any friends and family that might be watching the stream as well. And if you want a VR POV these races on Tuesday night, you can hit me up at twitch.tv/FiddyTrey.
Absolutely. Congratulations again, and we'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good, man. Peace.
with your third place finisher tonight, Tane Hodison. You love that third place, don't you? Saw him third place in our Indy 500 on Saturday. Third place here tonight. Another late charge. Like with Moynihan, you guys were digging there on those fresh tires at the end, and you wind up with the podium as a result.
Yep. First off, I got to thank James and John from Twisted Speed Setups. They gave us so much coaching this week and great quali and race setups. Unfortunately, I screwed up the quali run, but just thanks to them, they're two great people, and I love working with them. But yeah, during the race, just first stage, a couple of us didn't take tires till stage 3, so we just saved the first set and then had to at the end, which is why we were so quick right at the end. But
Yeah, absolutely. You always love when you get a break that's specifically for your strategy, and it leaves about 5, 6, 7, 8 guys racing for the win there at the end, all on your strategy. So able to take advantage and wind up with a podium. So congratulations, and we'll let you get any other shout outs in if you have any.
I do just want to apologize. I know he was just talking to me, but I do apologize for turning him. It was not intentional, regardless of what he says. But I think we're both going for a podium, and I saw a gap and I went for it. The contact wasn't intentional or malicious or any of that, but I do apologize that it turned him. So that's the last thing. Also, Logan and Diego always. We've been together for, I think Logan's coming up on a year next week. So those are two other. It's really good to have good people around you, and with the setup shop and my teammates, which have kind of merged recently. It's just a great place to be, and I'm looking forward to the future. So,
congratulations on the podium, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
So, with all of this, there's gonna be some pretty darn quick drivers that are gonna miss the playoffs. By the way, that's our 10th winner in 11 races. So it depends on how many starts they make and what the final points tally ends up being. But we have 10 winners already. And then you have Hunter Kent leading the points still. So somebody's just gonna get left out here at the end of this thing in a couple weeks. And we'll tally that up and finalize. Oh, here's what we're running. Here's the official, or is it 100% real life, or do they have their own little twist? But we'll see. Great run, I'll point out, for Steve Herring, who winds up 9th, took advantage of saving a set of tires. His first top 10 of the season, so congratulations to him. Chris Claude picking up his second top 10 this season. Richard Pruitt, a solid run for him tonight. So good to see some of those guys getting some good results, just sticking with it. And just insane racing tonight, especially at the end there. But Art, your final thoughts?
I mean, listening to Tane and on that last, the move on the last lap, he got to the inside. He was there. You could argue the F1. It was his corner. His nose was down below. It in no way was it intentional. He had the line. He's gonna take the shot. He's gonna go for it. I believe him. Nothing malicious there, but hey, if it adds storyline, gives us something to talk about, I'm all for it. Can't wait for next week.
But yeah, that is Hunter Kent, who was in the catbird seat when the caution came out, finishes 11th. Thomas Lloyd was looking like he was gonna win when his teammate got wrecked, but obviously the fresh tires, it's just he finishes 5th. And Tommy Gossett, the man that was dominant tonight, ends up finishing 28th. But yeah, that is insane. The parity that we were getting, the way that these races, the strategy, the way that it's all fallen. We had 32 tonight. Matt Metler did not start in the 64 truck, but yeah, just insane. We had 19 on the lead lap. Brandon Minto, had he caught that break, he would have been right up there as well. Just took a little too long for that final caution to come out. Yeah, that's the North Carolina Education Lottery 200. We're back next week, next Tuesday. Might be live this Friday. We don't know. We're trying to iron some things out, build off of the success of the Indy 500. So stay tuned to Twitter and the stream, and we'll see if we got some cool weekly stuff for y'all. Nothing set in stone yet, but we're back next week, guaranteed next Tuesday, for race 12 at Nashville Superspeedway under the lights for 150 laps. So looking forward to that, and we'll see y'all there. Y'all take care.